Okay, just going to do a quick recording here. I just want to say, okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm a homeless advocate. I also drive for Lyft. So today I was picking up a passenger, and I noticed as I pulled up to the building, there were things out on the side of the road. And I thought, well, maybe it was pickup day, but no, it was somebody who had gotten evicted. The person let me know that they had done a couple evictions over the last month or so. And he was saying, well, why are they doing evictions now? Because, the moratorium is still in effect. It's like 2 months extension for the rent moratorium in Michigan. And I was just thinking how horrific that was, that someone would get evicted during the moratorium. And really kind of feeling, some kind of way about that. And then as I was recording it, the scene, as you see the scene here, there was a guy sitting there. It was right near a bus stop. And he let me realize there are two sides to every story. Now, trust me, I am a homeless advocate. I work passionately every day, every part of my being, to try to have rights for people who are experiencing homelessness. But there are two sides to every coin. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. This other person shed light on the idea that even though the moratorium is in place, this is a rent-controlled place, so that they are only paying 25% of whatever their government, like Social Security or disability or whatever, they only have to pay 25% of that. But I think some people get so caught up in the media and from the Black Lives Matter to rent moratoriums or whatever, and they think it includes everybody. I'm protected because there's a moratorium. The moratorium doesn't apply to everyone. The moratorium doesn't, it's to those people who were perhaps in situations where they lost their job or their industry shut down. The disability checks haven't stopped coming in. The Social Security hasn't stopped coming in. And if that affects you, then you're not included in the moratorium. So it's, advocacy is as much for helping people who have fallen into homelessness, but also to help people who are housed to understand that your rent is priority. If there's an extenuating circumstances, a crisis such as we have now, and the government puts a moratorium on rent, these is for people who are in crisis. So I'm just going to say to anyone who is housed now and think you can just stop paying your rent because there is this moratorium in effect, you better make sure it applies to you. You better make sure and do everything you can to pay your rent. This situation is for an extreme crisis, as is the pandemic. So this is just one of those cases, two sides to every coin. Yes, this is unfortunate that a person has his or her, I don't know, items on the side of the road being evicted. But what did you do to prevent it? And I know one woman I spoke with, she's a powerful woman. She mentors people, but she ended up becoming homeless. She didn't blame anyone else. She looked at her circumstances. She said, I had not been prioritizing rent. Generally, the problem is always going to come back to you. So before you, jump on some sort of bandwagon or think that something applies to you, make sure you understand the details, especially in withholding your rent, because that's a very tricky situation. If you're going to withhold your rent, then make sure you are protected. So evictions are sad. Evictions are unfortunate, and homelessness is no joke. But don't assume that you're going to be protected from homelessness when you aren't following all the rules yourself. All right, this is tough love I'm giving today. I have to do that from time to time. This is brought to you from As the Third World and North America Turns. I'm Lit. And if you haven't already liked this page or subscribed, whatever it is that thing tells you to do from wherever you're watching it, please do. And yeah, I'll come back and talk to you soon. Peace.